Hello, my beautiful friend. In this episode, I am going to teach you how I nearly tripled my testosterone level over the last few years naturally. So, I don't want to rob your time. This video is gonna contain some intro or some introduction to me and my story with testosterone, just 2 minutes. Then we will go into the basics, the non-negotiables, the stuff that you might have already heard or you might not have heard before. But these are like the basics, the non-negotiables again that you have to do if you want to have high testosterone. And then I will give you my secret sauce or my secret trip at the end to help you to increase your testosterone level. So you have to know about me that I was this classic fat guy for a lot of years. I was 130 kilos. I had a man boob, a big belly, everything you can dream of. I was living this super unhealthy life. I was eating a lot of junk food. I was drinking alcohol. I was doing basically everything in my power to destroy my body. And this resulted in me having no motivation, no drive, no energy. I complained all the time. I said the whole world was against me. So it was not that good time in my life. And then basically gradually what happened is that I started to get healthy. I started to get a bit more conscious of my decisions, and I lost 42 kilos. If you want to know how I did it, by the way, I created this guide that you can find in the description. I will go 6 steps into how I lost all this weight. So this weight loss for me was the starting point of my health journey, as you might call it. And afterwards, I started to feel a bit weird like last year in 2025. Weird in a sense that I had much more energy than usual. I had much more drive, much more motivation, and just, I don't know how to put it, but sometimes I had this raw energy where I could just flip over a table, or eat a whole cow in its place. I had this animalistic hunter energy. I had 15, 20, even more spontaneous erections during the day. My libido was off the charts. I was sitting in a coffee place and out of nowhere, these things, they started to happen. So I started to read up on testosterone and stuff like that. And it said that on one of the articles that this can be one of the signs of me having higher testosterone than usual, which is okay for a 27-year-old young male, but still I was it's okay to check it out. So then I spent 3 months last year in Southeast Asia, mostly in Vietnam. And when I came home from Vietnam, I was okay, I want to check if I'm healthy or not. I want to check my blood a bit. So since my dad is a doctor, I called him and I asked him please, can you arrange to have my blood tested? And he was oh, sure. And while we are at it, I asked him can we also get my testosterone tested as well? He was absolutely no problem. So I go in, they take my blood, and since I'm a VIP customer, since my dad is a doctor, then I have the results basically by the afternoon. So I'm standing in the kitchen with my mom because I spent the Christmas at home. I'm talking to my mom, and my dad is from the other room. He's can you come for a minute? I'm yeah, sure. What is up? Come. We go into the other room, closes the door, and he looks at me. He's so the results are back. I'm what results? Your blood results. And he says it in a way, that you feel that you are found out. You did something. I had this school flashbacks or high school flashbacks basically of me doing something wrong. And I was okay. And he's your testosterone is super high. I'm how high? He's it's really high. Are you taking something? Just be honest with me. I'm no, I promise I'm not taking anything. He's good. Then I looked into it, and my testosterone level, because I had to convert it, I will put it on the screen, my actual results. I had to convert it to nanograms per deciliter, is 865, which according to the internet is in the high, well above average ratio. So obviously my dad was kind of worried that I'm taking something, but I'm really not. So yeah, this is my story with testosterone. So ever since this, I've been trying to make the most out of this situation and used my testosterone for good. But first of all, I want to share how I did it and actually how I did it unconsciously. So let's go into the basics of what do we know about testosterone. So first of all, what is testosterone? Testosterone is the hormone that gives you energy, gives you motivation. It helps you to build muscle, gives you strength, gives you sex drive, confidence, stress tolerance, emotional stability, all the good things basically that you want as a man. But what a lot of people get wrong on the internet is, this is what I see, is that they think that they only need testosterone because this is the man hormone and they don't need the estrogen. Whereas this is not true. Like, there is this stability, there is this balance between testosterone and estrogen, and this is not a zero-sum game. It's not like you want high testosterone and low estrogen because estrogen is the woman hormone. Absolutely not. You need this both for your body to have a healthy hormonal balance. Both men and women have both testosterone and estrogen, only the ratio is different. So when I say that my testosterone level increased, it's not that only my testosterone went up, my whole hormonal system went up because I started to produce more hormones because I got healthier, and then the ratio shifted a bit. Okay, so this is really, really important to understand. We want hormonal stability. So now we are going to go to the non-negotiable basic theory. These are the habits or mindsets that you definitely have to do if you want to have high testosterone naturally. We will go in a descending order. So the first one will be that is the most important, and the last one will be which is also important and help me to increase my testosterone, but it's not the most important and not the thing I would change immediately. Okay, the first thing was the fat loss for me, obviously, because when I started to lose the fat, then my body started to produce less estrogen and more testosterone. So as I said, my ratio started to shift. Okay, fat loss is really, really important if you want higher testosterone. That was the whole thing that boosted my hormonal system. It's not just about the fat, it's mostly about living a healthy life, because healthy life has will produce to you healthy hormonal system. Okay, this is the first one. Second one, sleep. Sleep is your biggest superpower. People don't realize how incredibly important sleep is. Okay, sleeping is your superpower. What I do is I sleep 8 to 9 hours basically every day, and I prioritize the hours before midnight. So I go to bed around 9 or 10 p.m. Yesterday, for example, I went to bed at 8:30 and I woke up at 5 in the morning. And then if you do that, it's really important to have a basic schedule. So go to bed on the same time and wake up on the same time. So your body will shift into this natural schedule. Okay, sleep is a non-negotiable for high testosterone. Then lift weights. I know it sounds really cheesy and artificial and like, oh, why would I want to pump myself and look like a jock? Weightlifting is documented to increase your testosterone level. Weightlifting not only gives your body the resistance, the power that you need as a man, it also builds discipline. This is why it's really important. Lifting weights is hard, and in this way you teach your body that you are doing something hard on purpose. And beside, with weight training, resistance training, you build muscle. You can do endless cardio, you can do endless running and endless everything, you know, that can work, but we want to build muscle for high testosterone. I did a video about which is the best exercise for fat loss. In this video I also say that it's best to combine cardio with weightlifting, but still prioritize weightlifting. Building muscle will give you more testosterone. Then reduce the stress in your life. Stress was always something that I thought that was just permanent, and stress doesn't mean that you work too much. Stress doesn't mean that, I don't know, you have a job or something. It's stressing out your own brain, like overstimulating or your own brain is, I mean, without stress. Just ask yourself the question, how much time do you spend watching at a screen from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed? This is all a stress to your brain. What I was doing, I woke up, my morning routine was basically watching YouTube videos or listening to a podcast. Immediately as I wake up, it's a stress to my body and my brain. Then my whole day is sitting in front of the computer, working, watching at a screen, which is like stressing out my body. And then relaxing was also looking at a screen. So watching Netflix or scrolling on my phone. Stress, stress, stress. Stress also comes from not recovering properly. Your body sometimes needs to just let go, like a muscle that is like really, really tight. It needs to let go sometimes. What really worked for me was long walks or going into nature or just sitting silently. Another habit that I really, really praise, and I think one of the biggest reasons I could develop myself, is meditation. I will not go into detail. Try doing meditation. It will reduce your stress incredibly. It's documented to rewire your brain and just make you a more less grounded, calm human being. Okay, try meditation. Next one is protein intake. So we want protein in your body. Mainly is connected to going to the gym and building muscle, because protein will help your body to build muscle. This is really important. But also protein naturally will increase your testosterone. This is only the 5th in our list, so not the most important, most non-negotiable, but increasing your protein intake is a really good way to increase your testosterone naturally. There is this rule of thumb that bodybuilders use. If you are building muscle, so if you are going to the gym, 1 gram of pound per body weight is optimal for muscle growth and for higher testosterone. And when I say pound of body weight, I mean pound of goal body weight. So if you are now 100 kilos and you want to be 80 kilos, you convert that 80 kilos into pounds. This is how many grams of protein you need to take in one day. And that doesn't mean that it's like, 150 grams of chicken breast, okay? So it's not that the portion is the macronutrients. So protein intake also will really increase your testosterone production in your body. 6th one, alcohol. We are men. We love beer. I love beer as well. Like having a cold beer is great, but alcohol is poison to your body, especially if you do it over and over and over again. And it's not just the fact that you drink. What I found is when I drink, it also brings other stuff alongside. So what I found is when I drink, I start to binge eat. When I go home, I eat more. And like these unnatural, unhealthy habits compound. Maybe you don't sleep that well because alcohol fucks with your system. Maybe you stay up until late, as I said. Maybe you start binge eating. You go for that pizza or that gyros you normally don't go for if you are a conscious, healthy human being. And this also will like get the ball rolling in a sense that you will have not healthy rhythm and not healthy hormonal production. Okay, so reducing alcohol is a key. I quit alcohol for 9 months entirely. I did a video about that as well, how it changed my personality and my perception about the whole world. Basically, I would highly recommend to cut down on alcohol. And the 7th thing, I briefly touched upon that, is phone use. Phones, blue light, stress to your body. And it's most of all, phones take away your time. Phones take away the time that could be used to build some natural habits. So what I recommend and what worked for me really well regarding social media, because I know in this world that we live in today, it's really, really hard to resist using your phone. Okay, I know it's a drug, it's an addiction, it's super hard. So what worked for me is I dedicated these sacred places in my house, in my home, in my apartment. These sacred places are the following: the bed, the couch, and the toilet. So I found that these sacred places, it's funny to say that the toilet is a sacred place, no? So these sacred places were the ones where I found myself using my phone much more on a daily basis. And these are the places where you like kind of relax. You sit down on the couch, you really lay down on the bed, or you sit on the toilet, and then you realize that you are scrolling for 15-30 minutes. So I decided I'm not taking my phone into the sacred places. And ever since I've done that, my phone reduction decreased really much. But you have to know that I'm crazy, so I quit social media entirely 3 years ago. I would highly recommend everyone to do that, but I know it's extreme. You cannot really do that. You need for your work, etc. I get it. Best thing you can do for yourself is don't use social media at all. I have my phone on black and white mode all the time, and I have my phone on airplane mode 90% of the time. I don't get any notifications. Just try to use your phone less and start building better habits that will help you to naturally be a healthier human being. Because just think about it, like, it's not a healthy way to be grinding over a phone and scrolling, I don't know, in bed all the time. It fucks with your brain, it fucks with your hormonal system, it gives you unnecessary dopamine, and because it gives you unnecessary dopamine, then you will have less motivation to go out and actually do stuff, so naturally, less testosterone will be produced in your body. Okay, so once again, lose fat, sleep, go to the gym, reduce stress, eat more protein, don't drink alcohol, and use your phone less. These are the non-negotiables. Maybe you have heard some of these before, but I just wanted to mention them, that these are the foundations of your pyramid of high testosterone. Okay, this is really important. Now, let's go into something extra, something a bit different, something you might not have heard in the past before. Okay, this is gonna be a bit like voodoo mentality, mindset stuff. If you are not into that, if you like the action steps, then turn off the video right now and use the ones I've said so far. But if you are into this mindset stuff a bit, and if you want to like rewire your brain, then listen to my beautiful booming voice right now, okay? So, I love Andrew Huberman. Maybe you do as well. Andrew Huberman is a god. And I watched one of his videos, and in this video he talks about that maybe us men, we are competitive human beings. We love competition. We love competition. And when competition comes, testosterone rises. Competition tells your body that it's time to be active, it's time to move, it's time to do stuff. And it gives you this testosterone boost. Competition is not enough by itself. You need to also win. You need to feel like a winner. This comes from tribal times. If you win, then you are the alpha male. If you win, then you are chosen to lead the tribe. If you win, then you are the strongest, gorilla male in your tribe. You will get the women, you will get the recognition, and you will lead the tribe. Okay, win. Winner takes all. Winner stays alive. Winner will have in the tribe the healthiest genes. Okay, so winning means getting the food, and like winning means to having your genes passed on to your children. Okay, this is the tribal sense. Okay, but still, we need this winner mentality to have like high testosterone naturally. So, how do we achieve this winner mentality? It's easy. You have to see every opportunity and every failure in your life as a learning experience. And you have to be in the mindset that you are winning, you are progressing, you are getting stronger and stronger as the days goes by. In your own eyes, in your own mind, you have to trust yourself. You have to see yourself as a winner, as someone who is progressing in life, who has goals, who has purpose, who is just pushing through. Okay, this is really, really important. But just ask yourself the questions. I wrote them down for myself. I'm gonna read it out. Do you see yourself as a winner right now? Do you keep your own promises? And do you level up in your life? What I mean is leveling up is, do you have something in your life where you are progressing and not just doing your 9 to 5 and you're living your boring life on repeat? Okay, do you have anything in your life that is progressing, that's giving you this winner mentality? So, what I realized last year when my grandfather died is that life is really short, and basically every failure in life is a learning experience. We learn from everything. Tony Robbins has this amazing saying that life is happening for you and not to you. This means that I can stand back and see myself as a loser, as a victim of life, or I can say that what is life is trying to teach me right now, what can I learn from it? And if I shift this mindset, then I can start to have this trial and error in my life where I try new things and I try to learn from them. Just to give you a few examples of how I changed my life over the last few years to have this progress in my life. I started going to the gym. I was really fat for a lot of years, then I was skinny fat. I was like this, I had no muscle. Now I'm a bit more muscular. I started taking cold showers. I started cold approaching women on the street, so going up to random women. I moved to Vietnam. I left everything in my home. I left my 9 to 5, I left my safe space, and I moved to Vietnam. Right now I'm in Da Nang, basically sitting on the street because I couldn't record the video inside. It's so funny. But like, I moved here to take a risk and I started this YouTube channel. This is all taking risks on my part, and I'm super proud of myself that I'm doing this. I go and I do stuff. So just ask yourself the question, how can you progress in life? How can you look in the mirror and be proud of yourself? What can you do to achieve that? A lot of guys I see are really lost in video games, and this is what I talked about in one of my videos as well. Like, I think the reason guys really like video games is because there is this aspect of leveling up in the video game. Like, you want to get better, but you cannot start the video game on level 55 because you don't know the rules, you don't know the controls, you don't know how to play the game. You start on level 1 and you increase your levels slowly. You slowly get better. This is the same with life. But if you couldn't do that level 15, let's just say in the video game, for a year, you would probably stop. You wouldn't like the game, right? But if you level up, then your body and your mind has this mindset of, I'm going somewhere, I have a purpose, I'm taking risks, I'm learning. And this winner mentality is what will bring you the confidence and this like natural man boost in your life. I really believe, and this is what I wrote down as well, is confidence comes from keeping the promises you set to yourself. So if you promise yourself something, you stick to it. If you say that you wake up at 5, you wake up at 5. If you say that you go to the gym, you go to the gym. And by doing this, by you keeping your own promises to yourself, you are setting yourself up for success and for seeing yourself as a winner. Not a loser, but a winner. I'm not at that level yet. I yet don't have the biggest muscles. I don't have $1 million in the bank, and I don't have the model girlfriend or the big house or anything you want in life. But I'm doing steps to progress that. I'm not a loser. I'm a winner. I'm creating my own life, and this is really important. I wrote down 3 really important words: progress, purpose, direction. Okay? So, purpose. I know why I'm doing this. Direction. I know where I'm going. And progress. I know how I will get there. Anything. Pick something in your life where you can take risks, you can learn, and you can see yourself as a winner. You can sit and you can, watch yourself and you can say that, I'm much better now than I was a couple of years ago. I did something now that my past self couldn't have done. I went up to that pretty girl and I talked to her. She didn't give me her number, but at least I did it. This was something that my past self couldn't have done. I was just thinking about, going to the gym finally. I was procrastinating, but I finally did it. How cool is that? Or I always wanted to quit my 9 to 5 and I always wanted to go backpacking to Southeast Asia. Good on me, I finally did that. How great is that? And this is like, you are literally patting yourself on the back and you are saying to yourself that, yeah, I'm a good guy, I'm a winner, I'm worthy, I'm purposeful, I'm an alpha male, I'm progressing, I'm going forward. And unconsciously, this is gaining your own trust and this is rising. This will lead to you to increase your testosterone naturally just by a quick mindset step. Be the winner that you are meant to be. It's really easy. Okay, I did it. You can do it as well. I lost all this weight. I'm here. I'm doing this YouTube. I quit everything at home. I quit my job. I'm doing this YouTube. I want to build a business with this. I lost a lot of weight. I'm going to the gym and just basically taking risks, taking life as it is. And whenever I look at myself in the mirror every single morning, it feels super, super good and super purposeful because I know that I'm going somewhere. Thank you for watching this really long video and a bit of a rant video. And I hope you could hear me from the noise. Again, download my free fat loss guide in the description. I also did a journaling template. You can start journaling as well. That's a great habit. I did a meditation audio guide as well, 10 minutes only. You can start meditation, and I really hope I could help you to shift your mind. 2026 is gonna be the year where you're gonna be a stronger, better person, and I'm here to help you with this. Okay, so see you in the next episode. Ciao.